Salut, David Allman here, and this video is a little different than the others. It's not really edited because the topic of this video is how to produce a quality video for YouTube or for anything else really. And today was a perfect day because today I need to film a new solo for the membership section of guitarplayback.com, which currently is hosted on guitarinfusion.com, but soon that's going to be transferred. Anyways, so I need to do that. So here's what happens when I do a video. And the process is the same, whether it's a Guitar Infusion lesson or a YouTube lesson. It's pretty much the same. The first thing I do is I close the door of my office, because that way it's a little more isolated. And there's some sound panels here that really help with that. There's another video on my site about these panels. They're kind of everywhere, and it kind of closes the room. The next thing I do is, I don't know if you can hear this, that's the AC, and the AC is on. And I've got my AC vent right here, so anytime I do a video I've got to turn that off. I'm not going to do that right now, but you just know that that's part of it. I'm not going to do it because my daughter is sleeping upstairs and it's pretty hot in the house, so I won't bother with that. But usually I wait until, you know, it's a time when she's not in the house, or that's what I do. So that's the next step. But for this, it doesn't matter because it's just a solo. I'm just playing. I'm not really going to talk in the video that we're going to produce. The next thing I do is close the shades. This is my backyard here, and I close this. I know it's super dark, but the reason I close the shade is that the light is more controlled that way. I'm not getting some clouds sometimes, and the sun might not be the same brightness. So now it's controlled. And the next thing is, of course, to turn on the lights up there. It's going to help a little bit. These lights are economy lights, so they take a little while to warm up. But in about 30 seconds, it's going to be good. And then I'm going to turn on my light kit right here. There is a review on this on my channel. I love it. I've been using this for the last year and a half or so. And these lights are going to be ready to go soon. And there we go. Now that we are set, I've got a flip thing here on my camcorder, so I can see what's going on. And if I touch on the screen, as a matter of fact, let me show you. Got my mirror here, that way you can see what's going on. So I've got my camcorder, which is actually it's a DSLR right now. It's a Canon T5i. It's really good. And I've got my microphone on top, which is picking up my voice. And you see the screen there? There's a screen on there, and that allows me to kind of center the thing. And also, if I touch the screen, that's why I like the Canon so much. I can touch it anywhere on the screen that I see, and it's going to focus on that area. So if I touch that, you see this thing right there, that speaker, I'm going to touch on that on the screen, and it's going to kind of focus on the speaker, making the rest a little bit blurry. Well, it's not working really well. I'll do that with the vent up there, maybe. There you go. But I want to focus on my face. Anyways, that's what I do. I'm going to put this back. And we're going to try to center this in a way that it looks kind of interesting. Usually I like shots that are kind of from above when I'm playing. I don't know, I just kind of like the look. And lately I've been placing my video this way, because if I put it this way, there's my computer screen, and that kind of messes with the color. So I'm going to try to center this. I'm going to grab my guitar, and I'm still looking at the camcorder screen right now, because that kind of helps me know what the output's going to be. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Just kind of centering things around. And that's pretty good. I'm going to touch the screen again, so I'm touching my camcorder screen to focus on the hand, but it's pretty focused right now. And I'm going to try to not move too much. And then I kind of look around, and you see on my guitar there's like a shadow that's from my computer screen. The remedy to that is to dim the brightness of the screen. So I'm going to do that, and that shadow should disappear a little bit. And then I kind of play with angles, you know, just kind of find the best way so that I don't have a reflection on my guitar. And this actually looks pretty good. And I tried to find a position that is kind of comfortable to me, where I'm not going to move too much with my guitar. I want the guitar to be the main focus here for this particular video. So that's what we're going to do. And another thing, I'm using an SD card, and it can only hold a certain amount of time before it cuts to the next scene. So I'm going to pause right now, and I will press start again, and I do that throughout the videos, and that's why you see some cuts in my videos. So I'm going to do that. I'm clicking stop, and I started a new sequence, and that way I'm going to have two shorter files, and there's not going to be a weird split. I'd rather control where the camcorder splits the scenes rather than have the camera just kind of make a mess sometimes if it cuts in the middle of a dialogue. There are ways to fix that, but anyway, so we are pretty much ready to film. As you can tell, I'm using this microphone, which is on top of the camcorder, and it's getting my voice, and my guitar is always going through my sound interface, which in this case, well, I'm going to have to move this. I will reposition it. I'm using Scarlett right here, Focusrite Scarlett, which is right here, and my Axe-Fx is plugged stereo into the Scarlett. I know the Axe-Fx can be the sound interface too, but I'd rather have it go through this because sometimes I bring in some other instruments and it's easier to mix. And I'm going to record with Logic. So I'm launching at the same time as I'm doing this video. And again, this is not edited at all. This is kind of a really bad edited video, but we'll see the full result at the end. I'm going to open my Logic Pro X sequencer, and I'm using a Mac, so everything I'm doing is on Mac, but you can find some PC alternatives too. I'm creating a project. I have a project already made basically for this kind of stuff, where I have two tracks basically, one for the backing track and the other one for my guitar. And then I'm just gonna, as I'm recording the video, I'm gonna record the audio on Logic. So let's reposition ourselves a little bit. Try to come up with an angle that doesn't have too much reflection on the guitar. And this, I really want to center the guitar so that it's, you know, the main focus of the video. This is not too bad. And I'm gonna do it that way. Another thing that I want you to pay attention is that this right here, that's not random. This Jimi Hendrix. It's a beautiful painting by my friend Michael. I will leave the link to his artwork in my video. He painted that, and he gave me a print. I love it. So not only is it cool, but also notice that there is a white border here. That's very important, as you'll see later. I want something white at some point in the video. That's going to help my coloring. So here we go. We are ready to record. This can take anywhere from 5 minutes to 3 hours. Hopefully it'll be 5 minutes. So I'm gonna try to do it in one take. I might not be able to, and I'll talk to you after. So let's press record and see what happens. So here we go. So I messed up, so I'm going to try again. I had a theme in mind. I've got to find it. I'm going to listen to that. I'm going to pause the video again because of that short, cut that this camcorder produces, and I will meet you right after. Okay, take two. Hopefully this will be the good one. Reposition myself as best as possible. I'm going to try not to move too much, and then I'm going to hit the record button, and here we go. I think this is pretty good. So now that that's done, we're going to transfer what we just recorded to the computer, and we're going to do that right now, and I will meet you once that's done. So I put my card into the computer. I'm recording now with a different software, which allows me to use my webcam and record the screen. So the card, the SD card is in the Mac. I just opened Final Cut Pro 10. I'm going to import the footage that we just filmed. So I'm going to go into my camera folder, and these are, see all the files, they're split because that's when I pressed the pause button previously. So we're going to import all these. We're going to make a new folder. I already did. It's week 13. We're in the 13th week of this big course on the website. So that's why I named it like that. I'm going to import all of these video files, and then I'm going to go into Final Cut Pro, which is right here where I recorded my guitar. And I did that so that I wouldn't have any bleed from the room or the voice, or it's a much better quality because it's direct sound. You can hear how that sounds here. Much better. And I'm going to export that to my desktop. I don't need the full thing, but I'm just going to export this section that I highlighted here. I'm going to export that into my hard drive. So I'm going to export the full project. I'm going to do that as I could do it as an MP3, but I'm going to do it as a WAV file. It's just better quality. And because I'm editing video, I'd rather edit with a really high quality, because when I export, the quality loses its quality a little bit. So I'm going to bounce that to my hard drive. In the folder that I created here, and I'm going to call this full solo, and I'm going to bounce that. It's a really quick process. Once that's done, I'm going to go back into Final Cut, and I'm going to import that audio file that I recorded. So I'm going to find the folder, and it's right here. Here's the full solo that I recorded. I'm going to import that, and now we're going to edit things. So obviously the video that you're watching now is already kind of edited. So I'll do that later, but I want to show you how I'm editing the solo part that I recorded. So remember, I had two takes. The first take was the wrong one. It was this one right here. I had a theme in mind. That didn't work. So this is the solo that I want. So I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to highlight the full solo. And this is why I love Final Cut Pro so much, because once these two files are highlighted, the video file and the full solo, I'm going to mash them together by doing synchronized clips, and that's basically going to use whatever I select to synchronize these files, and I'm going to use the audio because the video file was recording the audio that I was playing through the microphone, and I'm going to sync that with the direct signal that I did on my computer, and I'm going to call this new file solo. And I'm going to synchronize. It's a pretty quick process. It's going to recognize that both audio tracks are pretty similar, and it matched it. So I'm going to now create a new project. That's where I'm going to edit my full thing. And this is, we'll just call it Melodic Solo. And I'm going to drag this synchronized clip onto my timeline. And here it is. And if I listen to this, I'm going to hear both audios playing at the same time. The direct audio on my computer, that's the WAV file that we had here, and also the audio from the microphone. We're going to hear both, and that's why, see, I'm talking a little bit here. It's possible. I'm going to try not to move too much, and then you'll hear that both are coming together there. And if I make these a little bit bigger, I'm clicking Control-Option-S. Not bigger, but I'm going to extract. You can see that there's two audio files here. The top one is the microphone, and see if I mute this one, you hear that. And I only want to keep the direct audio that I recorded on Logic Pro 10. Sometimes this is a little tricky to get right, to get to the 0. So I'm just gonna, well, it looks like I got it. No, not yet. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to enter 0 dB. And this file right here, which is the microphone, I don't want to hear at all. So I'm going to drag this all the way down to 0. So now I have basically my video matched with the audio. And I want to start it right when it should start. There we go. And I can use the waveform. And I'm going to cut anything below. Cut that, so now it starts right when the backing track is starting. Perfect. Everything is super synced. Great, I'm going to go towards the end here. And I'm going to cut the rest as soon as my right hand is going towards the computer. I'm going to cut there because I don't want to see this. Cut that. Now it ends like this. Great. All right. Now, remember this Jimi Hendrix painting? There's a white border here. It's because I'm going to do some white balance. I'm going to go into my effect here. This is an effect that I bought, but you can do the same with without buying it, but I bought it because it's really good. It's called White Balancer. I'm going to drag this on top of my video. And if I go into the video panel, I can see the settings for the white balancer. It's really easy. I'm just going to click on the custom white balance. I'm going to do my dragger here, and I'm going to select a white area of the video, and it's going to be this border right here. And now it's white balanced. See, if I deactivate this, it's the colors are kind of bleeding off. Whereas if I selected a white area, this is true white now, and it's much better. And I can adjust the settings, maybe the brightness a little bit if I want. And that looks pretty good to me. Great. Now, see that my fretboard is a little inclined here, diagonal. I don't want that, so I'm just going to fix that with a quick edit. I'm going to just move this around a little bit, make this a little bigger, do something kind of similar to this, and that looks pretty good to me. You see the full fretboard. I'm going to drag around to see if I don't move too much. No, it's pretty good. And that's basically my solo that is going to go on the website. It's basically how I edit my videos. This is a simple, straightforward video edit because it's just me playing a solo. Later on, I'm going to do some talking part because the solo lessons on the website include some talking parts. Anyways, I just thought I would show you the process. That's basically how it's done. I hope you enjoyed this. This is a different kind of video. I'm happy to answer questions. I'm going to leave the gear that I'm using in the description too if you're interested in that kind of thing. that's pretty much it. And then, you know, I can adjust things a little bit, maybe do some kind of a, I'm actually going to separate the audio from the video. I usually do that. Now I have two separate items, the video and the audio, and that way I can do some fades. I've got all my fade collection here just across the soul, for example, on the video, and that way it's not going to affect the audio, and it's going to look like this. Something like that. I'm going to finish editing that at some point, but that's it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you soon on this channel. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Thanks again for the 50,000 subscribers. Love you guys. It's awesome. And as far as this, the Guitar Fusion stuff, very soon it's going to merge with Guitar Playback. So if you have a membership to guitarinfusion.com, don't worry. Your membership will automatically be transferred to Guitar Playback, and there's some really, really cool stuff that is going to be added to your membership at no extra cost if you are a member of the Guitar Fusion stuff. So good things to come. I'll see you soon on this channel. Until next time, salut!